Battle to the death, fighting till I take my last breath, till there's nothing left, till this flesh, till this past tense. Got up on the fence, henceforth this intense. I was lost, now a friend, now a force with the pen for the Lord. Lord, yes, I do it for the Lord and the crew at one accord. I don't even know my words. I don't even know my words. How about that?
So just so y'all know, whenever you're in the car and you don't know the song, it's okay.
My words.
Mario wrote them, and he don't know them.
And you gotta, as a rapper, you gotta force the non-rhyming words. You gotta you know how you do.
How can I say this? I wish I could put a camera in everybody's whip for them. Every single one that tries to do Eminem's raps.
Oh my!
And I could just see people.
We already stopped
on their honest reaction. Just
well, somebody actually told me in order to be a rapper, you must say "miggity miggity 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 mac daddy."
That was a requirement.
That was an actual requirement.
Yes.
They were like, I forgot who it was. We were just talking about this. I forgot who it was, but somebody.
I know it was in high school.
I think it was we were gonna do some kind of project, and they were like, "Hold on a second.
You a rapper?
Let's test your skills.
Let's test.
Can you say miggity 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 mac daddy?"
First of all,
I'm like, nah.
If he ended that daddy like that, that's nasty. He said, you gotta say miggity miggity mac daddy.
His hands were like on his side like this, like
okay,
looking at me like,
just
excuse
make sure
me.
You say daddy.
Yo, don't force it. But it was pretty much.
That's what I said. I'm like, if he made you say it like that, first of all, that's nasty. Second of all, what does that have to do with you being able to spit? First, we gotta have that conversation.
Who was that? Chris Cross, right?
That's Chris Cross. But I'm like, why is that a requirement?
Dude, I was
if you're gonna rap, then you need to pass.
I don't even know what I did.
The truest test of all.
I don't even think I could.
Only the greatest rappers know this.
What is this? I think it was Rory Mack. I don't know.
So I'm like, so what did the rappers do that did that rap before Chris Cross? Like, oh, this was foreknown. You didn't know this was coming, but in one day, a rhyme will exist. And it goes something like this. A miggity, 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 miggity. And that is the Mac Daddy test.
Is that double time rap?
That was double time in that time.
That's double time?
And that time, yeah. It's like if you can do the miggity, miggity, Mac,
yeah.
Your possibilities are endless.
That was they thought it was like Twister at that time.
For real.
The miggity, miggity.
It's like, first of all, what is a miggity?
Yo, I am your host, Marrio Esco. This is my co-host and good friend, Gil Vargas.
What up?
For those jumping in, join the email list. Thank you for those that have. Share the show. Leave a review. Check out d2lproductions.com. It's up there on the screen. www.d2lproductions.com. We got merch available there, music and stuff like that. Shout out to our partners.
Shout out.
GOP, the Bar Podcast, the Prayer Plug, Rep the King Worldwide, Ow! Rap Remnant, Bridge Radio, 520 Collective, The Unashamed Network, Godify, Sound the Alarm, and GH3 Radio. Woo! We love y'all. Recap last episode 88, Tinfoil Snapback. We had
Tinfoil Snapback.
We have Brent.
I actually Googled that mess.
What do you mean?
To see if I could find a snapback that's
an actual tinfoil snapback?
Yeah.
Did you really?
Yeah, because you know how they make Halloween favors and all these types of weird costumes. So I'm like, I wonder if that actually exists. If it did, I was going to buy it and wear it.
Oh, I wonder if you were going to buy it, I wonder if we could put our logo on it. That would be dope too.
That would even be fire.
And actually have a Marrio Esco Live tinfoil snapback. That
would require SKUs and business and... When I got time for that, I'm trying to not get infected. It's just a whole lot on the list.
So we have Mr. Impicia.
Mr. Impicia.
Is that, how does he want it?
It's Impicia, papi.
We got to record that. We had
Joseph
Impicia with us.
We got to record that.
So Brent Tavares.
We could be like, it's Impicia, papi.
With the echo and everything.
With the echo.
They kind of deep dove on the whole situation happening right now, the COVID-19. And there was a lot of dope tips shared by Brent. And actually Joseph as well. So we talked a little bit of Lecrae weighing in on the subject.
Yeah, man.
And
genius.
And the whole situation, how it's impacting artists, worldwide, the tours being canceled and stuff like that. We shared some creative tips. Do we still need websites? We played a little bit of D1's track, Corona Clap. Shout out to D1, man. Actually.
Among the many songs out there about the Corona, D1 was one of the top ones out there, at least catchy.
Well, he jumped on it right away, but he showed love too, so shout out to you, brother. Love the work you're putting in. And then we played Infantry, Wake, and that's a fire track. Shout out to Brent who put me on too as well.
Super fire.
So if you guys are interested in anything like that, we have no special guests today, and there's really not much going on. We're about to jump into a skit real quick, but just to give you the heads up, like this is just going to be us chilling and just vibing and talking.
Yeah, man.
So you guys are welcome to join along. Here's a skit. This is I Thought You Were IT, featuring
I Thought You Were IT.
Featuring my wife. Here we go. All right, I like it.
Aren't you in IT?
Oh, there was a blooper at the end.
Oh, you ruined it. You ruined it. You know you always got something. You always got to wait a few seconds after the video.
I think it was funny too. Like I don't know. I forgot what I did. But anyway, that was for my podcasters. That was me and Wifey. The printer not working. Me trying to wrestle with it. Wifey just plugs it in. It works.
And even though she does an amazing job, she always criticizes.
She always downplays everything.
Like I'm such a terrible actor.
Dude, in the Spiritually Dead 2, when I saw that, I was like, oh my goodness. When she ran into the room and cried and jumped into, who was it?
I'm sorry, I don't care
arms
what
did you
say.
jump into? Was it Klep?
Yeah, it was Klep.
It was Klep's arms.
Yo, I almost cry
even
every
Klep.
time
Props
I see
to
that
Klep.
scene.
Yo, props to
every time I see that scene where you come out
critics
crying.
Was it Paul? Oh, it was Paul. The reason why I said Klep is because Klep did an amazing job at one point where he turns and he looks at you running into Paul's arms, and he looked like he was really hurting, like his boy just is about to die.
Well, he's a trained actor.
Is he? Klep?
Oh, no, not Klep.
I'm talking about Klep. No, Klep, like really, I was like, dang, I didn't know we were boys like that. I was like, man.
Well, he's a rapper.
Boys,
you know what I mean?
Man.
Like rappers, I feel like musicians know how to tap into emotion. Like I think that it's easy for
a creative
to kind of get it.
Do you think that
which is why if you look at it, a lot of musicians make good actors.
Do you think that they tap into that emotion in the booth?
Of course.
Do you think that when you don't have the ability to tap into it, the common listener can pick up on it and know that you're not as invested in it?
I won't say the common listener. I would say true fans.
True fans will know when it's like
true fans of music will be able to pick up because
like that's not
you know it resonates. People who are really intuitive into music, they can connect with it. You know what I mean? Especially if it's something like you said, like there's. Or actually, like perfect example, like Camban. He connected with Eminem. Camban connected with Eminem because of the same trauma that they share. So if Eminem was talking about a parent in drugs, but it wasn't real, I think Camban would have picked it up. He would have been like, that's not really what happens. That's not really what a person that has that trauma goes through. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, you kind of have to really dig into that emotion to sell it. And if you don't know what that emotion feels like, it's going to be even that much harder to convey that emotion because you don't really know what that looks like.
So then how do you feel about songwriters who are pulling from their own conviction and then now the singer takes that song and then now, how do you feel about that process of singing somebody else's music in the booth?
I feel that if you can connect to it, like if the song is written in a way that you can connect to it with your story, with an experience. It doesn't even have to be an exact same experience. Like, it could be about, the story could be about breaking up with someone, but you relate it as a dysfunctional relationship with your father. You're like, you know what? It's really not about breaking up for me.
But I can communicate.
But I can communicate this break, this separation with my father.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. It depends on the listener. You can't really determine the listener before they listen to it. So, or for the singer, unless they can connect to it or some kind of relationship to it, then it's not going to resonate. They have to have that. They have to.
Yeah. So it's a form of, like, I guess we call it, recording performance, but it's like a form of acting.
It
almost.
is.
Like, you got to pull from somewhere.
If you're talking about a breakup, you're not going to be like, man, this really hurt. And
right.
It was the worst thing that I ever went through.
Right.
It's like, I don't believe that.
Right. Everything got to fit.
It has to be.
The content got to fit. The emotion got to fit.
Yeah. If you really think about it, you are acting every single time you go in the booth.
Step in that booth, it's like action time.
Music videos. You can't be in the music video talking about a breakup and you're like, this really hurts. This is the worst thing I ever went through.
And bro,
you have to physically show you're in pain.
You're not feeling the way that you're feeling with every song that you write in the moment that you're recording.
No.
So you're
showing up at this strange set that you've never been to in your life with all these fake people, fake props and all this stuff. And they're like, act like you're breaking up.
Yeah.
Action. Like, that's not easy. So that's why I feel like musicians can connect better than the average person. You kind of got to go to acting school. They got to teach you this stuff. So do you think being able to show that emotion is believable?
Do you think in a way, like, all creatives kind of share that equally? So no matter what kind of art you do, whether graffiti, painter, storyteller.
No, I don't think it's the well.
Do you think everyone can kind of? Well,
because there's a lot of introvert.
Art comes from like emotion and
yes, but there's a lot of
turmoil.
But when you're talking about someone who is acting out an emotion, they need to actually act it out. So let's say, for an example, an artist can display the emotion, but they don't have to act it out. They don't have to show it. They could literally just put their emotion.
Yeah, but they paint their emotion.
I get it, but they're not showing it. So now putting in, let's say, a painter and saying, I'm going to put you in front of a camera and I want you to show you're sad. I don't think they're going to be able to do it as well.
Oh, you mean in the form of communicate, like the way they're communicating.
Showing.
Got it.
Because you're saying, does that translate to other artistries like painting?
No. I guess what I'm saying is the motive behind what produces that art.
Oh, yeah.
Like that.
If you're talking about
for
motive,
everyone across the board.
That goes across the board.
All the creatives have to tap into that, no matter what it is.
Yep.
So in a way, we can kind of look at the painter and be like, yo, I can appreciate the art.
A perfect example, especially for artists, is that they name their work.
Right.
So why do you name it? It's because it's attached to something emotional for you. And you named it after an experience or something. It could be literally yellow with a red slash through it. And the artist would be like, it means the love of fire that burns in the snow. And you're like,
something completely
how
like
you
ridiculous.
get that
like,
from
no,
a yellow background and a red
that.
slash?
It don't mean anything.
Because the red denotes the fire of love. And
no, you know what? No, some of them are really like smart and they know that they don't want to, they wanted to make it so that way everyone relates to it so they don't define it. It's open to interpretation.
Or
you know,
that's the other one. It's whatever it means to you.
Yeah, exactly.
It's fluid. It is a fluid concept.
It's a fluid concept. Yo,
basically, you had no idea what you were doing when you painted it.
You took the paintbrush and you were just like, there you go.
So what was your inspiration?
It's art. Air. Facts.
Fluidity.
So on that note,
being present.
Creative tip. No idea whatsoever.
No idea whatsoever.
I figured, you know what? Why don't Gil and I just jump in for creative tip?
Wow.
And just talk about
no idea.
No idea whatsoever. So I figured,
only on the Marrio Esco Live would you get some realness like that.
That's it. Just like creative tip.
What is our creative tip?
We have no clue.
No idea whatsoever.
We have absolutely no clue what the creative tip is.
Feast your eyes on no idea whatsoever.
Yo, Sam. So, yo, sometimes real talk, I love what he does.
We get it.
I love when he does that because it gives me time to like search my show real quick, and I'm trying to drag it out secretly so I can share my show.
And the people who know me well, it's just like, oh my God, shut up. Like my wife, if she's watching this, she's like, "Shut up, we get it.
We get it already." Why does she sound like Trump?
That's what she sounds like to me.
Shut up, we get it already.
You better get the milk. It's gonna be huge.
You better get the milk. It's gonna be huge. Like,
we're
what?
Gonna have the best dessert you've ever had in your life. It's gonna be huge. Billions and billions of dollars are gonna be made off this dessert just from creating it at home and not giving it to nobody. It's gonna be huge.
It's gonna be huge. It's gonna be big. We're gonna.
It's gonna create money from osmosis.
It's gonna be real big. All right. So I figured since it's kind of dry anyway. I mean,
dry is an understatement. Yeah, deserts are dry. Well, because this is straight up disaster. No, catastrophe.
There probably is a few things going on out there, but we've been busy. We've been out.
Well, actually, I stand corrected. There is a lot. There's a whole new slew of new home workouts.
Yeah, true.
Home workouts I've never even heard of. Using objects I ain't never seen used for working out at home.
Remember I told you last week about the entrepreneurial spirit?
Oh my goodness, man. They dudes working out with pots and pans.
You know what though? But do you think that's bad? That's good.
What
that's
do you mean?
Good. Like providing what I was telling you about. Those people are taking
advantage of the
situation to make something profitable, but are providing something valuable.
Yeah,
that's what I was saying last week. I wasn't
trying to be like gym people. Because now that the gym is closed and you can't go to the gym to show off your workouts and show off the new machines and all this stuff, you guys are now whipping out the pots and pans. What do
you mean pots and pans? What are you talking about?
They'll take the saucepan and do like push-ups.
Oh,
so it's like elevated push-ups.
Oh, and they slide them?
Yeah. Or they're doing the plates and they're sliding. And they're like, there's like no excuse. I'm getting my gym in.
Even at home. We're going to make this at home. Mom Dukes is gonna love this.
Gorilla
the China plates. It's just like with the China plates. Mom Dukes, I learned this trick.
And then your mom comes in and slaps you across the head.
Like what?
Why are you putting it on the floor? That's coronavirus.
On the floor. I hope not. Wow. Like don't touch the floor. Like what's going? They're all like
you
like
put COVID-19. Now I gotta use 409.
That's a whole different game to play at the playground. You know what I'm saying? I thought the floor was fire at one point. Now it's
now it's COVID-19.
Now it's COVID-19. All right.
Thanks.
All right. No idea whatsoever. So I figured, as creatives, why don't we talk about what it's like for us during this time?
It's crazy. I mean,
so let me ask you, as a creative, you're a singer, you love doing this kind of stuff. You love art. You love entertainment. You love that kind of stuff. Are you thinking about like music at this point?
At this point,
yeah.
No. I got beats ready and I started writing a song, but in this moment, like right now, it's just kind of just been with the family, you know what I'm saying? Just being with them. And you kind of, in this situation, you kind of get a perspective, man. Like you realize what's important, not that my music is not important. By no means, it's very important to me. It's how I glorify God with my talents. But in these moments, like, we had this conversation too. Like when you really see what's going on and see everything for what it is, you kind of like step back and just really look at everything for what it is. Family, not being there, seeing how many families are suffering right now,
Facts.
With no daycare, no, way of providing.
Pray for all them people and for all you guys holding it down. Be encouraged. Stand firm, have faith. But keep going. I'm going to share something later.
That's just like where I've been. So music is not that it's like in the back burner, but I just kind of pausing for right now just to kind of like
focus on the priorities.
Yeah, be present, what I'm saying, with my fam and just be there for my children and, just make sure their needs are met.
Facts. So is there any part of you that's like thinking of music at all?
Oh, of course, man. Never leaves me, man. Like every time I hear a song, I'm like, oh, and I want to go back to my track and keep writing, but I don't feel like I'm in the right mindset right now. And I don't want to give it half my attention. I want to give it my full attention. And being at work in the midst of all this, the stresses of that, coming home with it, all this stuff. Dude. Like it's hard for me to focus and be like, all right, I'm going to write this God glorifying track and it's going to be, pleasing to the ears, but informative, and it's going to be powerful. but my mind is not focused on it.
Yeah.
You know, my mind is like, dude, you got to make sure you are safe. Make sure you're healthy. You got to provide. You know, make sure that you're coming home safe. Make sure that you're being precautious when you come home and you wash your hands and wash this and wash that.
Yo, for me, it's kind of amazing. I saw Brent, shout out to Brent. He said, it's funny how, like, something around these lines where it's funny how now, like, celebrities are irrelevant during this time of crisis.
Oh, for real. And now they're getting it. So now people are seeing like they're normal people, man. They're just like us. They can get sick. They could die. Like
who else? Who else got you? Said Prince. What's his name?
I think it's Prince William or something. I know it's one of the royals.
Yeah,
I think it's Prince William. I'm not mistaken. But even that to me was like, yo, because you automatically in your mind think of this fortress of solitude. You know, because he's rich, he's a royalty, he has all these bodyguards. You would think that he would be completely fine because he could literally set up a sanitized area of his house or a wing, because that's how rich they are, that they have wings.
Facts.
You know, I'm going to dedicate this wing and sanitize it and make it germ proof. And he got it. So, you know, he's just like us, mortal man.
Joseph says the idols have been brought low.
For real. All these people that
were pretty much thinking they're untouchable.
They're not the case.
You know, so as a creative, sometimes though, like if you think of Psalms was birthed from despair. You know what I'm saying? Strong hope, but in despair as well. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like pain, real suffering. Psalms. You know, most of the songs are made from that, the reality of the fallen world in which we live. So in situations like this, I guess it depends on your circumstances, because you're prioritizing. So you're a married man with children.
Yeah.
So in your mind, music is like back burner.
Oh yeah.
You know, in your mind,
when things get real like this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I was in a different position, like if I was in music full time, then yeah, I'd be looking at it differently, because now I got to buckle down because my music is my bread.
Right.
So I'm feeling for, like the D1s and Dayton and all these dudes that are full time, and now all their shows got canceled.
Yeah, bro.
And that's their bread. Like,
yeah.
And now we got the streaming where they're making pennies.
Yep.
They're not making numbers like Drake, where one song could literally pay his mortgage.
Yeah.
One song, let alone the catalogs and catalogs and catalogs that he has, and is literally $1 million per song. At least, at minimum.
Yeah.
These Christian artists aren't making numbers like that.
Yeah.
So we can't be like, they're good. They're big. They're not that big.
Not that big. Actually, you might be
surprised. So their money is from shows for the most part.
Even some of the ones that we consider mainstream might even have full-time jobs that they come back to.
After some of them do.
You know,
yep, like some of them do.
The perception can be deceiving, and not that it's meant to be that way. It's just that, they share. Most of them use their social media account to share their musical experience, musical ministry, whatever it is that they call it, and they're sharing with their fans and people that
And not only that,
follow.
but it's not anybody's business. Like if you're an artist, full-time artist, but you also work full-time job, like you don't need to tell people, hey, I work here at, so-and-so Incorporated.
Right.
Just so you know.
Yeah, right.
Like
it's
irrelevant. It's irrelevant. You're an artist, you produce your music.
Right.
Those that vocalize, yo, this is full-time. That's actually the impressive thing that you're like, yo, full time, bro? Yep. Like all your money comes from your music? That's crazy. That's the only time I think it's necessary to say.
Do you think about that? So the tours are done, and now what do you do? Because your bread comes from the music that you do as well, like you're producing music.
I mean, that's when you have to be creative and you have to really think about your business model.
You know what? It can be dangerous in this time. All right, let's talk about it. This is dope. It can be dangerous. You know why it can be dangerous?
Why?
Because now you become desperate.
Yeah, and when you become desperate,
because now the bread is taken, and the bread is comfort.
Yep.
Right. The bread is security. The bread is taken, and you've been using a visual platform.
Yep.
For promotion and marketing.
Yep.
So you can get, your fans, like, so you support them. It's you're providing a service. I get it, but at the same time, you're providing a service for, for an income, for a way of living, right?
Yeah.
So now here they are. They're doing this stuff. Now that security is gone, and it's hard to get a job. So the threat could be, or the temptation could be, to start doing gimmicks.
Yep.
the temptation could be
if you're in that position. But for me, what I would say is, and the thing is that this is happening across the board. This is not just happening to artists. Major businesses are also thinking the exact same way. Why? I'm going to explain it right now. These businesses are now being frantic. Why? Because they didn't prepare for contingencies like this.
Facts.
They had no clue what to do when all of their clients are not allowed to come into their business.
I like where you're going.
So now they're like, oh, what do we do? When something like that should have been planned. An insurance, some sort of backup, like put money away, a certain type of fund.
Do you think
but there was no contingency.
Do you think that that's what Joyner Lucas did with his new video with Will Smith? Do you think he had that in the back burner and he was like, if something goes down, I know I got this in the tuck?
It's possible. And if he did think this way, I hope your artists are taking notes. I hope your artist is taking notes. And I think no matter what, then first of all, you have to look at yourself and look at and answer this question.
That's a chess move.
Are you a business or are you trying to become part of a business? That's the question.
Okay.
If you're an artist, you're just trying to get signed. You're trying to become part of a business. If you're trying to do this on your own as a solo artist and you're trying to do this as an entrepreneur, then you need to look at yourself as a business. Therefore, you can't just have one stream of income. What business has one stream of income? Just one. There is no business like that.
Dude, I see businesses improving right now.
That's exactly. Businesses right because now they have multiple streams of income. They have different things that they can do.
They're adapting with the situation.
Facts.
To still find multiple streams of income. But now,
how do you adapt if you only have one product?
Right.
You can't.
So what do you do?
So you should start thinking contingencies. I'm not just one product. So think of merch. Think of other skills you have that you can lend to someone else. If you're a writer, just be, hey,
I'm talking
to be a writer
music.
for someone.
I'm talking music specifically. So that stuff is a no-brainer no matter what. But music specifically, to keep your momentum going, especially in a time like this.
I mean, you could do licensing. You can pitch your music to TV shows,
or even what like Joyner says. I don't know. I feel like Joyner had this in the tuck, and I feel like
shouting out celebrities like that and just straight up trying to make connections.
There's no way that he recorded that and released that during this time. That was already done, recorded, mixed, mastered. Who knows how long ago that's been?
I know these artists try to make it seem like they just dropped
this
it
just
yesterday.
Came out the cut. No,
like, we filmed this yesterday and we just did it now. No, that was months.
Walmart. He said Walmart is hiring. Gary, what up, Gary?
What up?
Walmart is hiring.
Walmart's hiring.
Oh, for the rappers? Is it?
For the rappers.
Are you saying for the rapper? Yo, real talk.
Hey, man.
Walmart is hiring.
You got to.
Yo, that's gems, bro.
If you got to, you got to. You can't be too prideful to be like, yo, I am a rapper.
Was it FedEx?
I can't be working at no Walmart. Do you know who I am?
Oh, man. What was the verse? Brent is going to kill me. I know you know where I'm going, Brent. What? Not FedEx. It's something else. UPS.
What about it?
UPS is hired. Anyway.
They're always hired.
Yeah. It's an inside. It's a hip hop thing, Gil.
Is it? Oh, sorry. Pish posh.
Pish posh.
You don't know about these things.
Yo, King said, I'm out, bro.
I'm out.
All right, peace, brother.
Are you seriously out? Why you out?
I'm out, bro. Yo, so as creatives during this time, you're saying have multiple streams of income.
I just think if you're a creative
or have something in the tuck,
you should have some kind of preparations because you never know what can happen.
Because it's mad dry.
If you're an artist and all your music on Apple, if Apple folds at some point, what are you gonna do? You should always have some sort of backup. You should have multiple things of income, multiple ways to access your music that generates income, not just one thing alone. And if most of your money comes from touring and something like this happens, like an outbreak, you're done. You are over. If you build a strong brand, your merch, stuff like that, you're always going to have that income. Like, for an example, God Over Money. This is not hurting them.
You think so?
They make a ton of money off of the God over money.
You making some pretty bold claims.
The reason why I say this is because everywhere you look, you see somebody wearing the shirt.
You in their bank account, bro?
Them and Kingdom Music.
God over money is chilling. Like he said that mad confidently.
I'm just saying, when you can see the shirt everywhere.
Like he just talked to Bizzle yesterday. Like, yo, Bizzle, how's it going for you? Man, I'm chilling.
Hey, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But when you see the product everywhere, it's just like Nike. You don't have to see Nike's bank account to know that they're chilling. Yeah. When you see everyone around you is wearing a Nike something. So when you look at like the CHH networks all over Facebook, at least one of them is wearing a God over money something.
Yeah. True.
Or one of their product lines that they're all wear. If you see Bizzle wearing a shirt, you'll see some CHH artists rocking.
I'm sure it's going to slow up now, though, because people are now thinking differently about.
And money is not as readily available.
That's true. Like a lot of people are hurting right now, and people are losing jobs and getting laid off, and all this stuff is happening. So,
I think somebody's going to get laid off.
Yo,
I got to get that God over money new drop.
You know what? I guess part of staying relevant and being smart about, situations like this and preparing for situations like this is just, giving in this time, like just giving.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we should be cheerful givers, not hoarders, not people who are panicking to the point where we're just grabbing as much as we can for ourselves.
If this has done anything, for me, it's shown how depraved we truly are. When you have to set a time for elderly people to shop.
Yeah.
You have to set a time so that elderly people can get their stuff. Like that, what kind of a society we live in?
Well,
where people are grabbing stuff over an elderly person.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
And not allowing them to get something.
That's crazy, man.
And it happened so much that they were like, all right, the first hour is going to be dedicated to the elderly so they can actually get something. Like, that's like yelling at some kids. Like,
yo, that is a dope. How you call it? I know I'm going to mess this up. Y'all can make fun of me. How do you call it? Self-preservation?
Yeah, self-preservation.
Isn't it funny how self-preservation is sinful and nasty, but we think of God's preservation, it's to keep us pure and holy. Isn't that dope? To think
but
about?
It's not self. That's the dope.
I know.
That's the dope thing about God.
Self-preservation. Self.
Yeah.
It births sinful, like, selfishness. Like,
it's all about me.
It's all about my sustaining self.
Yeah.
And then you think of God's, perseverance, and you think of him and how he preserves. And I think that's dope. That he keeps pure. God's power keeps pure. But self-preservation. How you say that, man?
Preservation.
I hate that word. What's the Spanish way to say it? Maybe it's easier if I say it in Spanish.
No, it's not.
How do you say it? Preservación?
Oh!
Preservación. You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to look it up just so I know. I have an idea.
Yo.
But I'm sure my wife, if she hears it, she's going to be like, that's not even the word.
Yo, so props to all those artists that are actually giving and donating and stuff like that. And you know what? Mad props to all the companies out there that are donating in this time as well.
For real. And not only donating, finances and things like that, but some places are donating their land.
Yo,
to allow people to be there if they're sick, or allowing people to just take shelter. Like it's crazy. Like
how giving and how
some people are
what I'm seeing, what I'm witnessing on my end. I don't know how it is in certain places, but on my end, it's been like, everybody's kind of stepping up and working together.
I've heard a few people who overbought toilet paper are now giving it away.
Like, check this out. Gary says our church started a delivery service for high risk people.
Wow, that's dope.
That's fire. This is something we should be preaching. Yeah, more than ever. It's a great opportunity, man. Like we shouldn't, it's not to be reckless and careless. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people are like, yo, we got God. We ain't going to get sick.
Yo, that ain't how it works. Especially for us believers.
That ain't how it works.
Like, yo, how powerful would that be that you go to someone in need who's not a believer to share things that you bought that they're in need of, and it will open a huge opportunity to share the gospel. And this is not about, compromising and saying like, you're kind of bribing them. Like, no, you're helping somebody. Yeah. And at the same time, you're going to have a conversation. You're not going to walk to the door and be like, toilet paper, and walk away.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to be like, hey, I don't know if you're in need, but I have some extra this and that.
Yeah.
If you need it. Oh my God, thank you so much. And then you start talking.
Yep.
perfect time to share the news. You know,
come alongside, man. Just come alongside your neighbor.
Who lives near you? Like
love, you know.
Back in the day, I used to know who my neighbors were.
I've been thinking about that.
Back in the day, I knew exactly who my neighbors were.
Somebody was telling me today that they walked out like down the street, you know, with their kids and stuff, going for a walk with her husband and stuff. And as the cars were passing by, they were waving to the cars, and the cars were beeping and doing thumbs up, like they were happy, like they were like, you know what I'm saying? Because if you got tension, you got fear. You're constantly looking over your shoulder. You're walking around. It's unloving when you operate in fear. It's mad unloving because you're like this. Who's gonna get me? Who's gonna get me? He's gonna stab me. He's gonna get me. And you're looking at everybody like everybody's a convict, and that's fear. That's operating in fear. Where we're supposed to be joyful, cheerful. You know, like I know it's difficult. I know it's challenging, and we all need to pray about that. But that's how we're supposed to be responding to a situation like this. But creative tip.
But I mean,
be a cheerful giver, I guess.
But like hospitals, the idea,
and Walmart is hiring. Walmart is hiring. Here's some gems for Walmart is hiring. There you go, man.
Christians were known for this, though. Like hospitals were built from Christians, like serving. You know what I mean? You think we're just taking the credit for that, and we have no way to verify that? I mean, we just take everything that's good. The things that like we started that, like everybody says, we started that one. We're just like, we started that one. No. If it's not true, that's crazy because I've read it in a few,
me too.
Few books.
I'm bugging.
But if that's not true, that's like one of them conspiracies. Y'all Christians always taking credit.
Yo, when Christians stayed and helped, but pagans all ran away right away. That's a fact.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Well, actually, when the Lord returns, there you go. When he returns, it's going to be terrifying.
Yeah.
And those who are him are going to be running right into the terror.
Yep.
Oh, he's back. Run right into it. And those who are not are going to be like, yo, run for the hills. Run for the hills.
Think about it, man. For those who don't believe and know nothing,
we're going to be like, yo.
How crazy is that going to be when Christ comes down in the cloud? People are going to be freaking out.
Yo, facts, bro. In the same way they left, he will return. So I don't know if we had a clear creative tip on that, but hopefully you got something from it. Here's our featured track of the day. This
is gonna be a good one.
This is something that I did have in the document, but apparently somebody deleted it. So we're gonna jump in and I'm gonna figure out what it is, and I'm gonna say it after.
What?
Here's a feature track.
Yeah. Glory. Tattoo. Worthy of every song I could ever sing. Worthy of the breath I could ever breathe. Gang on crazy. Calling that name on the daily. Hands up high when praise. Steps aside, we ain't got no time to be entertaining no haters. Look how the Lord has saved. Now we kicking major flavor. I will build my life upon his love. In him only will I put my trust. Reach down for me, bought me out the mud. Everybody with me, sitting up glory at the gateway. Had to run it up and just take over for his name sake. Ooh, I sat there here with hands high, lifting them up like thank God. Running it up like K5s. If he did it before, he'll do it again. It ain't no safe prize. And you know his love, I'm resting in like a take five. Jump out the church and I'm gone. I'm never standing alone. I'm with the gang and we proclaim the one and only name to sit on the throne. What is you on? Yeah, he be righting my wrongs. That's why I write the songs. You gotta know what's really going on. You gotta know we really going strong. Yeah. And I will build my life all upon your love. It is a firm foundation. Gang on crazy. Calling that name on the daily. Hands up high when praising. Steps aside, we ain't got no time to be entertaining no haters. Look how the Lord has saved. Now we kicking major flavor. I will build my life upon his love. In him only will I put my trust. Reach down for me, bought me out the mud. Everybody with me, sitting up glory at the gateway. Had to run it up and just take over for his name. Stay away from fake. We came through the gateway. Sending up that great praise. King come and make way. Every knee shall bow down. Every tongue gon' say. Jesus is the only one in whom we put our faith. Get to the bottom just to get me. I've been adopted.
All right, that's where it cuts out. I gotta talk to.
Who are you gonna talk to?
I gotta talk to CJ about that.
You gonna talk to yourself?
Shout out to the Prayer Plug, always putting us on. That was Glow. What was the name of the track, Go? That was Glow, Build My Life. Fire track, bro. Go check out Glow.
Go check it out, guys.
Go check it out, my brothers and sisters. Pump up the volume. Brothers and sisters. Remember back in the day when they used to rap like that?
Brothers and sisters.
Pump up the volume. Dance, dance.
Oh, dance, 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 dance.
Remember back in the day? All right, so, yo, Gil.
Yeah.
You put me on to the Joyner Lucas thing. You want to talk about it? I know we kind of touched up a little bit on it.
I mean, I don't know the story behind it in regards to like why he did it. It just looks like he was trying to pay respects to someone who had an impact in his career and his life, you know, and it was to Will Smith. So the video is basically kind of going through all Will Smith's bodies of work, and he's using it a part of his life and story and what he's saying. But he's using the titles of all the Will Smith's bodies of work, like Fresh Prince, MIB, all the movies, Wild Wild West, you name it, Bad Boys, and he kind of just, goes through them. And he's dressed up like him. He looks like him. It's visually stunning video. Not my cup of tea in regards to content and stuff like that. As you guys know, the type of platform this is, but creatively, it was pretty dope. And he actually got a response from Will Smith. Will Smith did a video responding to the video, showing mad love, and he was humbled, and it was pretty dope. It was kind of cool seeing that unfold. But I was mostly impressed.
And your brother was in the video.
Yeah, I think my brother was in the video because he said he was there, but I don't know if he was actually in the video or just there.
Oh, so these are the. Well, I know your brother knows Joyner.
Yeah.
We can say that, right?
I guess.
That's not a secret, right? Is that a secret?
I don't see it as a secret.
No? Did I do something wrong? Is that uncomfortable? I don't know. Can I say they're friends?
It's like a humble brag, I guess, but it's not really. I mean, it's just he's from our city. Like we can see him at Walmart sometimes.
We do see him at Walmart.
It's facts. That's what I'm saying. Like the dude is not like,
he's just
my goodness, it's Joyner. Like he's from the city.
Yeah.
And he's rightfully so acts that way. You can see him everywhere.
Right.
He's not like in a palace.
So what do you personally think about the video?
I think it was a dope concept in regards to like how they initially did it. It's for me, honestly, it's a little weird because it's like a random thing, just kind of like a random
in the middle of a crisis.
Yeah, it's like, you just randomly Will, you did so much for me.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? I just want to show props. I'm gonna go get tested.
Yeah,
so it's just weird. But
maybe
the video is fire.
Maybe it's his his last shot to be like.
I don't. It just seems like his team had this plan to release, and it all went to craziness with the COVID-19, and they were like, "Crap, we don't have a schedule. we still got a schedule. You know what? Just throw it. Just throw it out there. Just throw it out there because it's just so random. Like it's not something you would ever expect.
You wake up to like 100 new possible cases, and
Joyner Lucas does a video for Will Smith. And you're like,
what in the world is happening?
All right.
Here? What kind of
if anything, I thought he would have
we live in?
Yeah, I thought he would have probably did something about COVID-19. Like maybe not a track about it because everybody's doing it.
Do you think that's why they did it?
Some controversial thing.
Do you think that that's why they did it? Like they said,
let's throw him a curveball.
Everyone's down and depressed and like, let's throw this out.
He's so known for stirring up. Maybe they were like, you know what? Let's go a different route this time.
Let's make it fun.
Like it's an obvious move.
Let's pay homage.
If you do something controversial and maybe blame the government or something crazy like that. So let's throw them a complete 180 and see how they respond.
Okay, so
far the response has been crazy.
Let's uncover this and unfold
uncover
carefully and cautiously because it's irrelevant and
literally the only thing we have to talk about.
Yo, real talk. All right, so if we just want to like just say what it is, Joyner Lucas did a track paying homage to his idol Will Smith.
Yep,
to get his attention.
Yeah,
he got it.
Yeah.
Will Smith shared it.
Mm-hmm.
Mission accomplished. He did it creatively, the way Joyner Lucas is. Very creative. He used similar strategies. green screen, jumping around from shot to shot. We've seen that.
Like a one-shot tape type thing.
We've seen the similar strategies.
Yep.
Obviously, fire.
The CGI is
there
crazy.
You go. Obviously, fire, CGI and effects. Obviously, it's a real good video. Like, production-wise, it's a real good video.
Yeah.
Would you recommend this kind of concept, the entire thing, like a song to my icon to pay
would I do the same thing
to a Christian creative? Let me just unfold my question. So
I wouldn't, because my motives are different.
Okay, explain that to me.
So like, I wouldn't do that because our goal and our motives are different. You know, we want to point to one man, and it wouldn't be an artist, it would be to God, to Christ. So for us to pay full homage and say, I want to do a track solely about this guy, you know, and it's all about him, not pointing to anything other than him.
Gil chopped down his beard. What up? What up, go ye?
Dude, man, that means you haven't come on the show for a while, because this has been short for grip.
Oh, you got caught.
You just got caught. You just told on yourself. Yeah. Go ye.
Go ye. Go ye before the nations.
And watch the previous episodes.
Ye before the nations and proclaim my name.
Go ye. I cut this a while ago.
Choppeth downeth your beardeth.
Choppeth downeth your beardeth. There's the name of the show.
All right. Choppeth down. They almost wanted me to choppeth downeth my beardeth. Because my
well, there's got to be COVID in there somewhere.
What do you call it? Oh yeah, it was like everything was protected, but the bottom part of my beard.
Like, yo, the COVID is hanging off your beard.
It was legit like that.
Yeah, I know. So right now you got COVID on the whiskers. Are you gonna go right to the camera? Yep, that's happening. Oh, they can see. Yep, right there. Yeah, that's about. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's what you did. You put your face right on the camera. COVID-19 is now on your lens.
It was something similar to that, where my mask was on, and then like that bush was just coming out the bottom.
Mario thought COVID-19
you know what I'm
was
saying?
a lens. It's like, yo, I got that.
I was wondering why they were looking at me all weird. They were like, "Why is this dude even wearing that mask?" Like, he's that thing is just creeping underneath the mask. Like, why? Here, got him. Like, it's just a hand comes through. Got him.
Does he have a cat in his mask?
Sorry, my cat.
You see a tail come
My cat
out?
doesn't have a sitter.
It's a cat mask.
Stupid. Why don't we have the?
Did you say gas mask? No, I said cat mask.
Yeah, we're better off with a gas mask. All right, so where did we go with this? Joyner Lucas, man. What were we doing?
So I mean, it was super creative.
No.
Motive was he was giving respect to his
There
people. You know, for me, I wouldn't praise any man as that much. You know what I'm saying? Because it would feel weird to me, because my motive is to proclaim Christ. But as a secular artist, yeah, that's perfectly fine. They do that all the time. They talk about who their idols are. They talk about who they're, you know, sometimes they even use the word God. Like, yo, that's my God, you know? So it's common for this type of stuff. And no shade against Joyner. If that's his idol, that's his idol. If that's his, you know, who he looks to,
it ain't
that's on him.
I want to know, like, for the Christian perspective, like, how it would be.
I think that would be very weird.
Yeah. So let's say you
song.
like, yo,
I'm gonna even put it to the reformers. Like, I think it's weird when we
idolize John
MacArthur. a whole song about John Calvin and the catechisms and all. And I'm like, I get it. He was very theological,
stones, brother.
But these are men. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would be careful, because it could come across. And I've heard this by many people. I've heard a lot of people who don't understand Calvinism and tell me, oh, you guys worship that dude Calvin. Why would they think that? Yeah. Because all we do is talk about Calvin. Like, Calvin this, Calvin that. Oh, the Calvinism. And, oh, guess what I am? I'm Calvinism.
Yo, to be honest, I haven't heard anything Calvinism lately.
Lately, no. But I'm saying, like, that? When I first started, like, in Reformed theology, and
it was
heavily be like, I am a Calvinist.
Yeah.
Like, I have a badge.
It was like,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I worked hard for this. I work hard for the money.
I worked hard for it. Oh, really? You worked hard for it, huh?
That's how it was. You know what I mean? Like, I read books. I can say proudly I am a Calvin.
So now, not to downplay reading books.
No, not at all.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is, like, you can kind of get too caught up, and I can understand why people was looking at me like, oh, you guys worship that dude. Because it gets to a point where we quote these men so much that people start forgetting that we are still pointing to Christ, but we kind of got so caught up in our studies and research and all this stuff. And although all these great men have great things to offer, and they can preach like nobody's business. But I can understand that. I can understand how they look at us.
Undeserved
like
grace says a lot of people are trying to transition to saying reformed for this exact reason. To saying reformed?
Saying reformed rather than Calvinist. Yeah, because it sounds kind of like worshipy. You know, like why
is it
I've even heard reformers say that they know about Calvin's life so much that they know for a fact that if they said we're naming this Calvinism, he would have not been cool with that.
Yeah,
he would have been like, no, why are you naming it after me?
Yeah.
These are things that are in the Bible. Mm-hmm. It should be something rooted
why can't we
from
just
the Bible.
Why can't we just label it biblical theology and heresy? Why can't we just stop right there?
Because
why do we have to go any further than that?
Everything.
Biblical truth and heresy.
Because
done.
Everything's got to have a name, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like just leave it at that, bro.
I love the pursuit of knowledge, but sometimes it can become too much when you just walk in a room and you're like, man, this dude loves King James. Oh, that's King Javinism. Like, dude, is it got to be an ism for everything, man?
That's King James. Was that one of those
there's
niggity
always
niggities?
some kind of ism, man. I'm like, why you gotta have a name for it? Like the dude just likes King James. Leave it at that. He's the guy that likes King James. Well, if he likes King James, that's King James and All right, bro. We'll name it. We'll call it that.
Yeah, or caffeine or whatever. He starts getting ridiculous.
Yeah, man. I need a coffee. Oh, be careful. That's caffeinitism. All right. All right, bro.
All right. Some people say that the reason why they have to define those things is because some things are very tricky with the truth and kind of like, twist and distort. So you got to
but there's a whole lot of isms so that I'm sure don't have an explanation.
Well, I think a lot of isms at some point, because whenever we want to do good, sin is not too far behind. So I think at some point we lost our way and started going over the top, and we knew a lot more isms than the other guy.
Yeah. And that's what I mean.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
there was times where I felt dumb.
I know way more isms than him.
Oh, you don't know about
my biblical theology is superb because of my made up names. Because of my made up traditional names.
But sometimes, man, like I don't read as much books as like some of these people, and then they'll be like, "Oh, you don't know about Rubadubadism?"
Rubadubadism,
and I'm like, "No, I don't know about Rubadubadism."
Is that like the plastic duck that comes in the bath with you?
The study of showering in holy water.
Rubadubadism. You don't know that?
He's like, that is the art form of baptizing and showering at the same time.
The rubber.
So when you get baptized, boom,
that's the rubbing of the oil. They just named it the rubadubadism.
I'm just saying, it can get ridiculous, but I feel like every time I walk in a room, there's a new ism.
I don't know how we got off track so far from motive of Joyner Lucas. And the Christian rapper.
Well, we was talking about how it relates to Christianity and how I know how we got there.
Okay, you can bring it back.
Yeah, because we was talking about
this reminds me of a Key and Peele skit.
Now you're making me lose it again.
Hold up, this reminds me of a Key and Peele skit where they park their car, right?
Yeah.
And then he goes, the guy goes, okay, K9, K9 dog, got it. And then the other guy goes, no, K9 dog that gets walked by Kevin, who has a son who's 9 years old. And he does this complete, he goes off.
His whole backstory.
He goes off until they get to the elevator. They didn't even leave the garage yet. They get to the elevator in the garage, right? And he goes, oh shoot, I forgot my phone. So then now he's trying to remember. He's trying to
K9 to walk with the dog with the little boy.
No. Stop. So he's trying to remember, but his boy who came up with the ridiculous concept is going backwards. Hold on, I got it. And as he's going backwards and unfolding everything he just said to come to K9, this dude completely forgot. So he's trying to get it before he does. And the dude ends up getting it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was a shameless plug for Key and Peele, I guess.
I love it, man. No, them dudes, man. The dudes, you could.
Literally wrote Rubadubadism.
Oh my goodness, dude. Maybe that's the name of the show.
Rubadubadism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, is it Rubadubadism or choppeth, downeth, beardeth. Which one?
I think Rubadubadism is shorter and it's easier.
Can you put that in there for me?
Can you put that in there?
Put that in the
you guys just saw how we just edit and
there
just talk live. You know.
Anyway, I'm sorry I went off on that whole tangent. I had to let that unfold. I thought that was hilarious. I get inspired from their skits.
I can bring it back. You were talking about how Christians, how the difference, the comparison of Christians doing the same thing as what Joyner did. And I said it would be weird because Christians wouldn't talk about themselves.
Do you think it's okay to pay?
Not themselves,
do you think it's okay to pay homage though? Is that how you say it? Homage?
Homage?
Is it homage or is the H silent?
Homage.
Is it homage?
No, it's homage.
Or homage?
Homage.
All
right. It's a hard
Okay. Thank you. I don't know what's happening with my brain today, but
you got COVID.
I won't unfold and complain about my life. So God is good. Yo, we're committed to this podcast, by the way. Let me just say that firmly. We're committed to this podcast, by the way. I'll say that for real. Okay. My bad. But
that was weird.
So, homage.
That was very weird.
For real.
With a hard
homage. With a hard. Okay. So, do you think it's okay for a Christian artist to pay homage to someone they respect? So let's say you're like, yo, I love Go Yee. I'm gonna write a whole track toward him and just to pay homage to him.
I guess the paying homage part, like you just showing respect, is fine. But I think he used the word idol.
Oh, did he really say that?
I think he said
you're my idol.
You're my idol and you don't even know it.
Yeah, he did say that. Yeah.
So
in a way, okay, idolatry.
Idolize.
You're saying the idol part of it.
Yeah, he literally said he's my idol. So that's the part that I wouldn't put in there. But if you're giving respect, like, I don't know. It's
do we have
weird,
any songs
bro.
where people pay homage, like in the Bible? Like, do we have any psalms like?
I don't know. I don't.
Actually, there's a song about Moses, right? There's a song about
in the Bible.
Yeah, man, they made a song about Moses.
I don't know about
the people,
that song.
But it was all glory to God who led Moses. So I guess in that aspect, that's how people.
But it's not in no way, shape, or form is it getting glory to Moses,
right? So you can
in this song, he's giving all glory to success, to the things lessons and.
Do you think
example? So? Well, that's what he's saying in the song. Like he's like, yo, you're my idol.
Okay.
I am where I am because of the things that I've learned from you. And he ended it with a quote from
Song of Solomon
from Will Smith in the song about Will Smith building
Amish, my bad.
brick by brick to ultimately building a wall. Kind of saying that the wall is your success.
Yeah.
And each day, just add a brick each day. Don't look at the overall. Just add a brick every day. And then eventually you'll look up and you have a wall. Like that was a quote that he took and he put in the video too. So he's literally showing, I learned how to be successful from listening to you, from following your work, seeing where you came from.
Wow, dude, you're like, you're like a scientist with this stuff, man. You're like
just saying.
You're like a clinician.
I don't think he made it that difficult.
You're like a hip hop clinician.
Oh, wow.
Like, I think you would be perfect at like setting up with the couch, and I can see Joyner Lucas laying down and and opening up to you as you're writing notes and like helping him figure out his life.
Really?
Yeah.
And as soon as he lays down, I dump him into the water.
Yeah.
Rubadubadism.
like what's his name?
Rubadubadism.
Yeah, Rubadubadism.
You're baptized.
You're baptized. Like, yeah.
I baptize you with Rubadubadism.
Yes. Yeah. No, but anyway, yeah, no, I think you're spot on, dude. Like I didn't get this from you when you first shared the video. I was like,
Oh, now we're really talking about it. So.
Now, yeah, when I first saw the video, I was like, oh, come on, girl.
Wow. Let's be honest.
Like, come on, girl, man. But then now that I'm talking to you, I'm like, oh shoot, okay.
Yeah, but
can
we do the same thing as a Christian? Like, I don't know. I guess it's not bad. I don't think it would be sinful, but it would still be weird to me because it's like it's man-centered.
What about a song to your wife?
Well, that's different. That's your wife.
Okay.
I'm talking about to a dude, like some dude, like you gave an example. So we were talking about it earlier. Like, I'm going to do a song for just MacArthur.
So what's the difference? His work. But I thought the whole point is where the motive is for.
Check this out. The reaction would even be different. if you did do a song, let's say you did a song following all of MacArthur's work, and you did the exact same video, the morphing and all that, you look like MacArthur at the end and all that.
You look like MacArthur.
Yo, I think MacArthur would be upset.
Yo, that would be foul, bro. If you see me like with a full beard, like I'm looking, and then I sit down and I'm looking in the mirror, and in the mirror it's MacArthur with a whole different wardrobe.
He's dressed properly,
suit and tie in front of a pulpit. Like what in the world? Just all right, my bad. But
I'm saying the reaction would be different. Will Smith was honored.
That was weird.
He said he was honored that he called him his idol.
I love it.
How do you think MacArthur would respond if he saw a video the exact same way? Do you think he would say, "Wow, I'm honored"?
Well, Will Smith shared it.
Exactly. But do you think it would be the same response if you did the exact same thing for MacArthur and sent it to him or tagged him or whatever, and he got to see it and records a response? What do you think his response would be?
He'll be like,
this is very weird. I would ask a cease and desist and please remove that video.
Yep, please. Yeah, facts. Well, you have some,
but that's the difference.
You have some.
Why did he respond that way?
Do not sample any of my sermons without my permission.
Facts. That's how serious it is. So obviously, even that you
MacArthur would sick Paul Washer on you.
Yo, facts. He'd be like, "Yo, get him."
Go ahead.
But I'm saying you can even see it in the reaction. It's different.
Yeah.
Because you were saying the comparison, like, would a Christian do it and would it be okay?
So
I guess if you
I want to go back. I want to get off of that. I want to get out. So what makes the difference to your wife?
Like, I mean, because that's your wife. I mean, Song of Solomon. Do you see how he wrote a song for his wife? Or how he communicated to his wife?
Okay, so unfold that for me then.
I'm saying God gave you your wife to enjoy. So if you want to write a song about your wife, I think that's God.
So it's still ultimately pointing back to God.
Technically, yeah, because God gave you her, and you're basically.
But you're not. But you can idolize her.
It can fall into that depending on how you write it.
Yeah.
If you wrote, my wife is my idol, in the lyrics,
depending on how you write it. But depending how you feel in your heart too, bro, you got to check that.
Of course,
you know
of
what
course.
I mean?
But I mean, if it's in your heart, it's going to come out in your writing.
Not if you're cautious and smart about it. You'll be like, oh, they're going to catch me on that. Erase.
You know
what I'm saying? Like, you ever
erase.
Yo,
I'm not going to let them know how depraved I am.
You see the Christian rapper who's like, oh, that would be perfect in this bar. No.
I'm pretty sure it's happened.
You'd be like, oh.
I'm pretty sure it's happened.
I can't say
There's
that.
all these rappers that do a song about their wives.
I'm not talking about wives. I'm saying like just like any, like in any way.
Oh, in any rap.
Anything that shouldn't be.
I'm sure.
That shouldn't be acceptable. You know?
Yo, perfect example. Marriage is a model of our relationship with Christ. Bang.
Facts. And
so talking about your wife wouldn't be bad at all.
Not in the same way, but the relationship that you have with your children is an example of the father and the son.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? The relationship with your wife is between husband and bride.
Yep.
Jesus and the church. So everything points back.
Yeah.
Everything is.
But now we're talking about a man. We're talking, if you was to sing about any man or any woman other than your wife, I would say it would be weird. Paying homage, unless it's your mom. I think that's another exception. Paying homage to your mom.
I'm trying to think of any examples, man. And like, there were plenty of examples where people recognized other people, like for their
recognize. But this is a different example.
I get it. You're going to the motive of that specific song with
are
Joyner
you saying
and Will Smith.
just
I get it.
In general, can you talk about a person on a song?
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying?
Of course. I mean, it happens all the time. They have songs where they mention Martin Luther. They mention, what are they doing? They paying homage. They're mentioning their names for a reason. I
don't know if I could with dudes I don't know. Like,
what do you mean?
Like dudes I don't know. Like, I don't know Joyner sat with Will Smith and talked with him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if he doesn't know him, you know what I mean? So I don't know how I would feel about doing that with dudes I don't know personally.
Yeah, but wouldn't it be the same thing when you talk about people, the men in the Bible? You don't know them, but you mention them in your songs. When you mention Moses or any person, you don't know them.
I don't mention them though, so that's why I don't write that. Me personally, I don't.
You've never mentioned the name of a person?
I haven't. No,
really,
I never have.
Why do I feel like you have?
No, man, I never have. When I first started, it was super theological. It was the Calvin pride, and then when I started progressing. I guess you call it progression. I'm sure somebody's gonna, take this segment and say, "I thought this was a Christian channel." You're thinking of being progressive now? Yo,
if you're watching this and you questioning our Christianity, shame on you. Because first of all, you don't know nobody's hearts. You don't know what we do when we go home. You don't know our hearts when we pray. But all of that, just from a conversation, you could be like, "Yep, not a Christian."
Facts.
Like, who are you?
They put thumbs down and everything.
Facts. People commenting, "I thought this was Christian." Clearly, these two individuals are lost and in damnation.
They said,
thumbs down.
He said, thumbs down and I'm out of here.
Thumbs down and I'm out of here. And then on top of that, I'm going to say shame on you. If you're watching this and you were that person that put the thumbs down and you said this is not a Christian platform, why didn't you give the gospel? Oh.
Yes to the Christian rapper.
You should have wrote the gospel in the comments so that we could read it later and be saved. So there.
Yo. What Gil is talking about is absolutely true, bro. Like, this is not even made up. Somebody actually put
somebody actually wrote that.
I thought this was a Christian podcast.
And it's not. So what?
So I'm out of here and take this thumbs down, man.
Take this thumbs down. And
what kind of motive was the thumbs down, though?
I don't understand.
Because, is that your way of doing something inappropriate to me? Like... Is there sin behind that thumbs down? Like, what kind of motive? What kind of motive was that? Were you like resentful and hateful? Like, oh, where's the thumbs down?
For real, man. You know what you need after that thumbs
several
down?
Times.
And these people agree on this page right here. You need some rubadubadism.
Yo, you need some rubadubadism.
You need to rub some of that stuff off.
You know what I'm saying? So anyway,
thumbs down.
So that's how we responded with love to our haters.
I almost want to make a T-shirt of that. I thought this was a Christian show.
No, it's a Christian channel. I thought this was a Christian channel. I should have said, "Oh, sorry, it's this one."
Yo, what if we did that? What if we once
don't go
a
to
month,
this one, go to that one?
Yo, I don't think any platform has done this. What if once a month we made a shirt of a hater's comment?
Look at go. You put like I put like 10 thumbs down.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate you. Love you to death.
Yeah.
But yo, what if we did that? Like once a month, we take a hater's comment
Marrio Esco
and make a shirt
down.
That's what I'm saying.
Fire. That's fire, man.
We take one of their hater comments and make a T-shirt out of it.
I love it. Let's do it.
So I thought this was a Christian show.
Yo, thumbs down right in the middle.
And then Marrio Esco Live logo.
Right on my logo. Like the thumbs down right on top of the logo.
Yes.
Just like bang.
I thought this was a Christian
And then everyone who hates us will just buy it and we'll be like, yes, we figured it out. Let's get our haters to really hate us so much.
And make a shirt
buy our merch that's like hating on us.
Like, this show is trash.
Yes, buy that. They start sharing it with everyone. Buy the shirt. Let's show them. And we're like, yes, show us. Continue to show us, please.
Oh, my goodness, yo.
Oh, dude.
Yo, speaking of shirts, though, we do have a design that's coming out soon. And we're going to actually ask you guys to create some sort of wording to go with it. So we're going to give you guys more details later.
Facts.
But it's going to be fire. We're going to show you just a graphic. And then you guys come up with what you think goes best. Kind of like when they put a meme and they say, caption this. We're going to do that. And the winner will actually get a shirt with your, idea.
I like this question, by the way.
And it'll be sold. So you're going to get to see other people wear your design. So it's going to be pretty dope, man.
So someone just said, any idea why most of Sevin's music is listed as explicit on Spotify?
Because it is. I'm sorry if that sounds like very direct. He says certain words that aren't deemed, clean to, the mass of listeners. Like the N-word is one of the words that he uses, and there's some other words in there, but it's
some of the stuff can be described as that. He's just
that's what I'm saying. His reasoning from being interviewed is that this is his culture. He was brought up that those words weren't bad, but he has to respect the guidelines of music, and guidelines of music deems those words as explicit.
So
they have to label it as explicit. But for him, he doesn't see it as explicit. Yeah. He sees it as normal vocabulary, just like we use the word the, to,
a lot of people,
fro.
Back in the day, like I used to, they talk about contextualizing, right?
Yeah.
So, they take the Bible and they contextualize it in a way that takes away, it actually kind of breaks down the actual intent, the authorial intent of the scriptures. Mm-hmm. It takes away from it when you try to dumb it down, I guess, or change the way that it's written. So they say, you don't have to contextualize and use certain words or certain attitudes,
like modern words.
Yeah, but the thing is that Sevin came from this. Like
that's what I'm saying. Like, it's his culture.
Yeah, exactly.
This is not
him contextualizing to try to fit into a culture. This is where he came from, where he brought up from. The dude was homeless and like eating dog. Was he eating dog food?
He said, yeah,
the dude was homeless.
Yeah,
I mean, the dude was like. Is it true or I'm just making that up?
No, he actually did say that.
Are people going to use this clip and like...
No, I've heard him say that. Right, like facts. He was so poor that he had to do
whatever he had
measures.
To do. Yeah, facts. And so like, and I'm sure there's more if you know his testimony.
Like, do we agree? Like, would I do that in a track? I wouldn't, but that's not my culture. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Gary. Dope. Okay. Undeserved grace is Gary. Gotcha.
Oh, word.
Cool. I was wondering. I was like, who's this undeserved grace, man? This is... Go ahead, go. So what you saying?
I personally wouldn't do that technique, you know what I'm saying? But for him, it's his culture, and that's just him being real to himself. So I wasn't born and raised in that type of environment. So for me, it was more of something I was exposed to. I was exposed to it, but he was born and raised in it. Like, and I was exposed to it at a later age because my mom kept me sheltered. So for me to use it, it wouldn't be the same. Like, I couldn't justify it whatsoever. Where he literally lived that street life and, has the stories to back it up. And so, do we agree? I probably wouldn't have gone that far because I think that you can still show your culture without using words like that. And that's just my opinion.
I don't know. I used to think that way too. But ever since I started maturing in the faith and getting hit with all kinds of trials and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like, I don't know if you call it thick skin. I don't know if you call it maturity. I don't even know if you call it that. I don't know what you call it. But you get to this point where you're just like the things that you used to really like fight for in the past is just like irrelevant.
Yeah.
Because there's real situations happening in the world, and you're not going to sit there and be like, Sevin, you're using explicit language to give the gospel? Yeah. Oh my God. Like, dude, come on, man. Let the dude preach Christ. Let him do what he does. Keep it moving. Show your maturity. If you feel he's immature, show your maturity and walk away. Right. If you don't understand it, then pray for the dude and walk away. But the dude is probably putting more work in than anybody who's out there complaining about him dropping some cuss words. In songs that he's actually glorifying God, like real talk.
No, for real.
And again, like use maturity, use wisdom with it. I wouldn't be like, here's my kids. Mean. Like
you have to understand the story behind why he is the way he is. If you just look at it for what it is, then you could judge all day and be like, oh, he's being reckless and this and that and blah, blah, blah. But if you actually look into his life and you see, he's
dude puts in work.
About it.
Yo, dude puts in work.
About it.
Yep.
Like, he puts in work more than I've seen most of artists that are in this genre do.
Yep.
Like, I haven't seen a lot of people move the way he moves. So, I mean, him using a couple words here and there, like, I mean, it's his culture. God is clearly moving in his life, so the words ain't really making an effect.
I should have had the clip ready. He shared something about this whole situation that was so dope. Shout out to Joseph, by the way, who shared it with us. But he spoke up about this situation and how it's a great opportunity right now, more than ever, to be the salt and the light of the world during this situation, to be fearless, to take leadership, to do what you're supposed to do. You know what I mean? To be that example, bro.
So describe the clip. What happened?
Just that. It's just him going off, just like about all those things. You know what I mean? What's relevant, what's important, especially now during this time. Not to be like sheep, just led astray. You know what I mean? But to stand firm on the truth. So I'm hearing him. I'm like, this dude puts in work. He speaks and he has action to go with his faith. He has works that go with his faith. Not that he's saved by his works. He's saved by his faith, but there's definitely works. You can see the works with his faith. He ain't just talking about it. He is about it. So I got a problem when somebody's like, he said a cuss word. Like, that's where I'm at. I don't know. If it's good or bad, I don't know. But that's where I'm at. You know what I mean? That's how I feel about it.
Yeah. That's true. I mean, if you look at even people in the Bible, like you look at, Paul, like he was sarcastic, like super sarcastic. I'm pretty sure a lot of people looked at him.
Look at this. Yo, Go Ye. Sevin actually donated some food to my Go Ye ministry for the people hit by the Hurricane Florence in North Carolina 2 years ago.
Wow, that's dope.
You see that? We have somebody on the live right now who is directly blessed by Sevin and his ministry to his ministry. There you go.
Yeah.
He's so about it that we're just randomly talking about him on our show and somebody was actually blessed by his ministry. There you go.
Yo, that's true.
Praise
that's
God.
a fact, man.
There you go.
He's putting in crazy
by their
amount
fruit
of work.
You shall see.
And that is the best way to
and all those that are
judge.
All those that are Martin is it Martin Luther? All those that are Martin Luther idol worshippers, you better check out Martin Luther too, because this dude was not only vulgar, but this dude was he made vulgar art. Yep. This dude will paint all kinds of like
crazy stuff.
Yeah, bro. Like
crazy stuff.
You know, so
I mean, like you have to look at the
I'm not saying that it's okay. I'm not saying that don't twist my stuff up.
No, but this is a fact.
Stuff up.
Even like Spurgeon, like a lot of us look at Spurgeon like, oh my goodness, this dude was straight up look at a dude and judge the fact if he can preach by the size of his chest.
Do you think that was right? Do you think he was telling?
We can sit here all day and be like, don't be judging me. This homeboy walked into the room and be like, your chest ain't big enough.
Yo,
you ain't preaching.
Facts.
You could be the most intelligent preacher,
Facts.
Know your stuff, have all the preparation. Homeboy's gonna look in the room and be like,
he's gonna measure your
12
chest.
inches. Sorry, bro, you didn't
say
make
it
the
with
cut.
your chest.
You can't say it with your chest, even if you try.
Say it with your chest.
I'm like, that don't make no sense. And that's our beloved Spurgeon. You know what I mean? Like they're human beings, man.
Undeserving grace. The body is made up of all different kinds of people.
Yo, truth. It's
Amen.
truth. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to look at the body of work. You have to look at their fruit. You know what I'm saying? That's why the Bible says it.
Yeah.
If we could only look at someone's appearance or 30 seconds of interaction, then there would be no need for the Bible to say we should judge them by their fruits. Mm-hmm. And fruits is not just a one-time thing. This is a long time. Because people go out there and they do those fake posts, similar to the people who make videos feeding the poor.
Mm.
That's a false motive.
Yeah.
You're trying to get attention.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's not genuine. But you look at someone's
hold
long-term body of
Lecrae
work.
did this?
What do you mean?
Did you see the video with Lecrae? And he had a truck. He had mad water. He was getting ready to like give to people who needed. I forgot what it was. Was it masks? No, it was like masks and gloves or something.
I didn't
like
see this.
Yeah, and he went.
How come you didn't put that in the Slack, bro?
Dude, really?
You should have put that in the Slack in the midst of you setting up tents.
Yo, dude, really?
Dude, in the middle of you testing people for the virus, you could have had time to put that in the Slack, bro.
So tell me.
That's like mid-glove.
What do you think of that? Lecrae videotape. Okay, tell me your thoughts because you just brought this up. So
because
I'm like, this is perfect.
I feel weird when I see people post good deeds. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
so let me ask you this.
Deed, but why? My first question is why you got to post it? Like, what is your motive by showing that you're helping?
In my church, we have ministries that come overseas. What do you call it? Missionaries.
Missionaries
who come over, right? And then they have slides that they put together.
That's different because
and then they're showing you
where the money came from,
and the this and the that.
Yeah, they're showing you what they did with the money, and because
what if Lecrae is more like a public platform where he does this on a public level to let everybody know what you give to my music ministry. This is what I'm doing with it.
Well, if that's how he packaged it, because I didn't see the video, like I said. If he
it was just a video of him doing good deeds. Like,
yeah, but then he's not saying, like, when those missionaries come, they literally have a presentation to show you, look, thank you guys for 2019 for all your donations. Here's a slideshow of everything you guys have done.
Posting your own good deeds is pride.
It is pride. It is. Like, why are you showing that?
Undeserved grace.
When you do that from a missionary standpoint, you are showing your body or donators what you've accomplished because what they gave. But when Lecrae, since we're using Lecrae, comes with a truck, hey, look, I'm giving you guys toilet paper or masks or gloves or whatever.
To be fair, you didn't see it yet. And also, I don't know if he put, please donate, in the caption.
That's what I'm saying.
So
if he did it with that cause, dope. if he did it just to show that he gave to his community, it's weird. Like, just you could have just did it.
What
like,
if I did a track that paid homage to Lecrae and I did all his albums? Like,
wait, what?
What if I do the same thing that Joyner Lucas did for Lecrae?
It's still the same.
And tag him and be
weird.
like, yo, like
it's weird. And then you have the dreads,
the anomaly, and I'm like,
yeah, the dreads.
I sit down and it's Lecrae.
Hilarious. That would be hilarious. With the dreads.
And I tag him on it and I'll be like, yo, you're my icon, Lecrae.
You do the Steven Seagal.
And he shares it and I'm like, yes, I made it.
You hit him with the Steven Seagal.
Yo, real talk though, Joyner Lucas is done tracks with Eminem, and Eminem has said Joyner Lucas is my favorite rapper. Like the fact that Will Smith shared a Joyner Lucas video is like, yeah, he's a celebrity.
And he was shocked too. I saw his reaction. He's like, yo, I'm about to go take a shower and cool off, and because I feel like I'm dreaming. And I'm like, dude, you were in the room with Busta Rhymes, bro.
Room with Busta Rhymes. He done like, tracks with Eminem, dude.
Eminem, what is going on? Dude, what do you mean?
I don't know.
mean, yeah, Will Smith is an icon. No disrespect and no shade. But I'm just kind of
yo,
baffled.
Stop knocking. Joyner, we love you, bro.
I'm not knocking. I'm just baffled. I'm just baffled.
Shout out to Joyner. We love you.
I'm just baffled by his starstruckness. Like he was starstruck. And I'm like, dude, you a star, bro. Like, give yourself some props, man. Like you somebody too. Like,
yeah.
But it goes to show, man, that no matter how big you get, and I've actually seen a video of this, of people who are stars, and they'll see like the person that they like idolized or someone they looked up to walk by, and they freak out. And they're famous. Like,
oh, you have?
Yeah, there's videos on YouTube. Like you see their reactions to meeting like
other celebrities.
Yeah, like you got
people they looked up to. People
like the older, the actors like Denzel or something like that.
And those of you that are about to type, I thought this was a Christian. Some of y'all be doing the same thing with some pastors.
Yo, for real.
Some of y'all go to the Mecca land, the what's it called, the Grace community. Like some of y'all go to the Mecca. You gotta touch the church walls at least one time.
Like you guys are worshiping Drake. That's disgusting. I'm gonna take a picture with John MacArthur.
You gotta go to the holy
John
Mecca.
MacArthur. Can you take a picture with you? Hold on.
You know what I mean?
It's disgusting. Worshipping man.
Worshiping mankind.
Oh my goodness, it's Vodi Bakum. Hold on. So gross.
It's so gross. If somebody came up to you and had your CD and said, "Yo, sign this," oh my goodness,
it's weird.
How would you handle that?
I would ask them why they want it.
You would really ask that?
Yeah.
You wouldn't just sign
out of curiosity. I would be like, "Why do you want my autograph?" Just out of curiosity, because it ain't gonna be worth nothing when you leave here. It's not gonna. Me signing that CD is not gonna give it value.
Yo, Go Ye, you be signing? I know Go Ye be signing. He'd be like, "Yeah, but."
Like, I ain't Michael Jackson.
Yeah,
so it's not going to be worth a cent just because I signed it.
Yo, some people go...
You bring that to a pawn shop and be like, this is a CD with Gil Vargas signed. Like a signature.
I think of like the Angels. Like when... I know it's different, but I'm thinking of like, all right, what's an example in the Bible where somebody gets worshipped and they shouldn't be? And I think of the Angels. I think of people coming, bowing down. I know it's different. I might be exaggerating, but I'm just thinking like even the angels were like, "Yo, get up! What are you doing?" You know what I mean? Like they were like, "Nah." They don't.
I mean, would you say that
get up?
That even Jesus, in a sense,
I know the angels were like, "Yo, like get up! What you doing?"
When he said,
"Yo, man, what you doing, man? Get up off your feet." Imagine the angels spoke like that.
But would it be the same example when you use Jesus, like when he said, "No one's good, only God." Like, was he saying like, "Don't worship me," in a sense, like, "Don't call me that"?
When you talking about Christ?
Yeah, like when he said, "Oh no, no one's good." Don't call me good rabbi. Like, I'm no one's good.
Only God is good.
Only God is good.
Yeah, but
you feel like he was kind of deterring him from like
worshiping him?
No. In that moment?
No. I think he was telling him that you recognize that somebody's good. God is good. Like he's fully God.
Because he corrected him. He's like, no, don't call me good. Call him. Only God is good.
But who is Jesus? That's the point.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I mean.
Do you think like he was trying to deter him?
No, I think he was trying to show him. I think he was trying to show him what's up. I think he was trying to get him in his brain to think about this. Who is good? Only God is good. Who is he? I don't know. Unless there's an expert here that's going to throw me off. LOL, nah. Go, you don't be signing autographs. Come on, man. He's over the top Christian with it. He be signing Jesus Christ? No. I do this for him.
It says, I baptize you with water for repentance, but after me will come one who is more powerful than I,
whose sandals I'm not fit to carry.
Yeah.
Facts.
But that's John the Baptist, right? Yeah, that's John the Baptist. He's talking about Christ in there.
Yeah. Dope. I guess we can. That was a dope deep dive on just
like worship.
Yeah.
Of artists.
Idolatry.
Yeah.
Worship. Dope, bro.
And that all came from Joyner Lucas doing a video about Will.
Yo, thanks, Joyner.
Thanks, Joyner.
Thanks for the. Oh, wow. And we just paused.
Dude, that's that. Come on, man. Nutty Professor. Thanks, Mega Shake. Come on, man. Get on your movies.
All right. Yo, you know me, man. That's a Brent thing.
That is a Brent. Brent would have
hopped right on that. Yo, so there's a music video I want to share. This is Samantha White, fire artist. She's going to be on, Lord willing, next week as a special guest. So we'll close out with Samantha White. Let me get the title of this. Hold on one second.
My goodness, we're the worst with the titles.
I know, man. Like I'm doing.
He's like, I don't know what the title is. I'm just going to play it, and you guys will find out with me.
This is Friendship Goals. Samantha White. Here we go. Hope you guys were blessed. Hope you guys had a good time. Till next week. Grace and peace.
Peace.
Take care.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Vision deep cooling. Tic-tac-toe. 3 in a row. The fall of the sun and the spirit. Yeah, that's friendship goals. Tic-tac-toe. 3 in a row. Fall of the sun and the spirit, yeah, that's friendship goals. Friendship goals, that's friendship goals, yeah. The fall of the sun and the spirit, yeah, that's friendship goals. Friendship goals, that's friendship goals. The fall of the sun and the spirit, yeah, that's friendship goals. Pull up to the scene with the squad, I'm never leaving them. Lighting up a room when it's dark, good news, no CNN. You could feel the sway in my walk, like there's no taming them. And that'll get the devils going crazy, Tasmanian. Snap for a picture, and can you hashtag that I'm richer? And can you let them know that I've been down? I mean real low like a fisher. And when I talk about what I've been through, my team never gon' switch up. Even when I hit a hiccup, yeah, always there, that's a pickup. Yeah, praying and encouraging me to keep it pushing, cause some people out here praying for me, but overlook me, so they never understand what I need. And that is draining while they take it from me. I need to fill up, yeah, overflow. And the way that I'm moving captures my GoPro. Hey, look, I never have to boast with the things I have, but the way my team is with me, man, I gotta brag, yeah. Tic-tac-toe, 3 in a row. The fall of the sun and the spirit, yeah, that's friendship goals. Yeah, tic-tac-toe, 3 in a row. The fall of the sun and the spirit, yeah, that's friendship goals. Friendship goals, that's friendship goals, yeah. The fall of the sun and the spirit, yeah, that's friendship goals. Friendship goals, that's friendship goals. The fall of the sun and the spirit, yeah, that's friendship goals. There might be some people, that's right, they might go and switch sides. Some friends are deceitful, behind their pride they hide. But I pray, Lord, that you take away all bitter hearts, yeah, mine included, for a better start, for a new day, for a new heart, yeah, focusing on today, yeah, before I move on. The company that you keep should never do harm. If I'm on, then they on, yeah, from the sun up to the day is gone, yeah, we gon' ride it out with them rays on. Tic-tac-toe, 3 in a row. The fall of the sun and the spirit, yeah, that's friendship goals. Yeah, tic-tac-toe, 3 in a row. The fall of the sun and the spirit, yeah, that's friendship goals. Yeah, friendship goals, that's friendship goals, yeah. The fall of the sun and the spirit, yeah, that's friendship goals. Friendship goals, that's friendship goals. The fall of the sun and the spirit, yeah, that's friendship goals.
listening on the podcast, be sure to check out my Facebook music page, Marrio Esco 1. Again, 2 R's in my name, the number 1 at the end, Marrio Esco 1. Be sure to like and follow that page because I like to give updates on who I'll be interviewing and leave a description on what we'll be talking about. And I also like the real-time one-on-one back and forth interaction. If you don't have the time to join us on Facebook Live, be sure to check out my podcast. It's called Marrio Esco Live, 2 R's in my name. Again, you'll see the white silhouette of myself with the cross underneath. Be sure to subscribe to that and follow the link as well to whatever podcast you're using or however you're receiving the podcast, and leave us a review. We love to hear feedback. You can also hit me up at music@marrioesco.com and just hit me up with some feedback and ways that we can improve the show or the things that you like and enjoy. Any type of feedback will be highly appreciated. Grace and peace.